The year is 1935. You are joining us in the garden room of the Ankertels' English country house, about 18 miles from London. It is a Friday afternoon in early September, and there is about to be a murder.
I say, it's 6:30.
Well, I know. I'll go and get ready for dinner. They're all coming by car, I suppose.
All except Midge. She's coming by bus. Ought to be here now. Edward and the Christos are already here getting ready.
You must be joking. You invited John Christo and Edward to the same dinner. Oh, Henry, really, Edward hates John. In fact, most times he's on the point of murdering John. Oh!
I sometimes think, Edward, that you've been the wisest of the family.
That's an original point of view. I always regard myself as a walking example for how to fail in life.
Well, you must forgive me for bursting in upon you like this. I'm your neighbour, Lady Ankertel, and the most awful thing has happened. Not a single match in the entire house, and my lighter won't work.
John? Why, it's John Christo. Now, isn't that amazing?
Haven't seen you for years and
years, and suddenly to find you. Here.
Is John a friend of yours? How do you know each other?
Why? John's the first man I ever loved.
And
This
your wife, Veronica.
oh, how lovely to meet you.
Yes, quite.
Ah! Dinner is served.
I mustn't pull you away just as dinner is ready.
Well, won't you stay and dine with us?
Oh, no, I couldn't dream of it. What a lovely performance. Shall we all go to dinner? I recall seeing that girl on a film. She was wearing, a sari, if I can recall.
She's nice. Very nice indeed, really. Are you coming, John? Oh heavens, John, sometimes I could kill you!
Let's continue with a game of bridge.
Have no fear. I don't think a herd of elephants could wake our host.
hardly hospitable to have fallen asleep and cried.
Mrs. Ariadne Oliver.
My dear Mrs. Oliver, we're delighted to see you. Even if our host seems to be, well, occupied.
Oh, he has done this to me many times.
I'm afraid the poor man is dead.
I beg your pardon.
I do not need a professional opinion to tell you that our host was murdered. No one can be discounted. I'm sorry. We are all under suspicion. We all had the opportunity to murder Mr. Shaw.
But only one of us could have done it.
Stop!
I had 3 jobs since graduation.
3. You only mentioned 2 to us.
Well, no, you see,
I think Anne feels responsible. Yes. I think all of this has set her off. She felt responsible then. Of course, it was an accident.
It was Miss Morelli. It was Anne. I knew she was sore when Mr. Shorten proposed last summer.
Don't gossip, Doris.
I
This is
just-
the professional.
I just told her flatmate and her best friend, dob her in for killing her companion.
Now, the police are like a dog with a bonus on or something tied. I don't want you to be dog or bone.
Quite. What am I doing?
Your fiancé was just letting us know how many patients you've been accused of killing.
What? No.
Come on, my dear fellow. I was only just...
We all actually know did it anyway. So this kind of tomfoolery is a waste of everyone's time.
Goodness me, Dr. Roberts. Let's stop playing judge, jury, and prosecution and calm down.
It's really getting... Sergeant! I did it. It was me.
Everything tonight begins and ends with the bridge scorecards. Each of these provides insight into your characters. The Major, a man with any amount of nerve, accustomed to making quick decisions. And then there's Anne Meredith, playing A very strange hand.
A recent bridge player, unwilling to take risks. But if she was afraid, well, put it in this way. When a dog follows a cat, the cat often cowers, shaking with fear. But if it sees a way out, it will often pounce. I'm referring to your 3 weeks' work with Mrs. Benson, whose death was thought to be an accident. Yeah, well, you were only there for 3 weeks, so what possible motive could you have for murdering her? I believe Mrs. Benson caught you stealing and threatened you with the police. I'm afraid this time you've been dealt a very poor hand. You may as well put all your cards on the table.
My dear fellow.
It is an early autumn afternoon in London, and we are about to witness a decades-old murder mystery become unravelled before our very eyes. Let us hope that Justin Fogg, our heroic solicitor, can uncover the truth before it's too late.
Women! Oh my dear lord, I do apologise.
I am sorry for bursting in, but I thought you had invited me in.
Not at all, no. I must apologise, a difficult client, and how do you do, miss?
Miss Crale, Miss Carla Crale, I have a 3 p.m. appointment with Mr. Fogg.
Now tell me what I can do for you.
Do you know who I am?
Miss Carla Crail Le Marchant of Montreal. We have acted for Mr. Robert Le Marchant of Montreal over a number of years. I do, of course, know about the adoption.
16 years ago, my mother stood her trial for poisoning my father. They found her guilty. That's right, isn't it?
Yes, those are the facts.
I only learned them 6 months ago, when I came of age. I don't think anyone wanted me to know. My aunt and uncle brought me up believing that my parents were killed in an accident when I was 5. But my mother left a letter for me to be given to me when I was 21, so they had to tell me about it.
That must have been a shock to learn.
Finding out that my father was murdered and that my mother did it.
Let me explain. Your mother loved your father desperately, but he gave her a raw deal. He brought his mistress into the house and subjected your mother to humiliation and insult. On the night your father died, aside from your mother, there were 4 people in the house that day. They were the Blakes, Philip, and Meredith, she being one of your father's closest friends. There was a girl of 14, your mother's half-sister, Angela Warren, and her governess, Miss Williams. And there was Elsa Greer, your father's mistress. But there wasn't the least suspicion against any of them.
Now what's this all about? This lawyer chap wasn't very clear about why you wanted to see me, but I gathered it wasn't just a case of looking up one of your father's old friends.
No, Mrs. Blake.
Seems you have it in your head that your mother was an injured innocent. Well, that isn't so.
I'm not meeting with her. I have been...
Lady Malcolm, your lawyer assured me that...
No. My lawyer assured me that I could speak to you, and that would suffice. I do not wish to meet the child of the woman who killed Amaya.
All right, Lady Malcolm, I will take your statement and pass it on to Carla.
I do remember you. It's all coming back now. I didn't think I did. You looked after me?
No, I was in charge of Angela. That's you there, and that's Angela there. Mr. Creel came in, and his wife asked him outright if he planned to marry Elsa. And he stood, just stood like a naughty schoolboy. My blood boiled. I could have killed him.
Yes. And then? Of course. And you say you were sent how much earlier to boarding school?
I don't remember exactly, but none of my packing had been done, so oddly I was folding clothing while everyone else was talking to the police.
Of course, the bottle, the packing, and the siblings. Well, Carla, we've done it.
Of all the boys I've known, and I've known some, until I first met you I was lonesome, and when you came in